Welcome back to the AoE 4 Wolf in-house tournament, which name and order of words I will change almost every time we do an intro. Spawning in the south side of the map for set 2 is Wolftavien, and spawning in the north side of the map is Snowghost, who has previously won his set against Tatooine Zero, and is now facing Wolftavien in the second match, moving along the winner's bracket. Was that a good enough explanation? I think that was good. Like the slow pace. I like the slow pace of it.
Well, as we can see here, we have a very standard Chinese opening, keeping the official on the food to get all of those extra resources, and the Mongols starting out with their standard wood and very little on food.
What a great spawn, by the way, for the Mongols.
It's a very good spawn. Very protected gold mine. Now, this particular matchup is always interesting because...
Gold mines. Look, he's got 2 gold mines next to the town center. Wow. Excellent Mongol spawn.
We will see. As we all know, if the Chinese make it all the way to the late game, they have quite the advantage. The Mongols themselves, though, are quite the contenders in terms of early power and castle age. So... only time will tell on how this will shake out.
Alright. And this is, this map is one of my personal favorites because you have the ability to wall, but you also really have some very forced action straight through the center.
Yeah, it does allow for a lot of side walling.
That's what it is. It's alt-I. I definitely didn't open up the menu right there to look at it. It's I knew that 100%.
We have a quick barracks coming out for the Mongols, which should indicate
a tower rush.
The oh so infamous Mongol tower rush.
Are we getting a tower rush?
Not a bad idea. Hopefully can push off the Chinese off of some vital resources if it works. Now, it does appear that the Mongols had gone 2 scouts to the Chinese 1, looking to gain more map vision and potentially more sheep, depending on where they're hiding.
We have double building spearmen coming in from the Mongols.
Oh. Very classic, very standard way to get those early towers out. 2 officials out on both of the natural resources for food and wood. The Chinese, of course, gaining in all those extra resources. It will be a bit of a slow start here. There go the spearmen.
Well, maybe it won't be, because here we got the spearmen coming in, going across the map. No workers, though. Just spearmen.
Well, perhaps they're looking to control the map and harass in general. But without the worker to make the tower, it will change up how this will flow.
Already China's dropping an outpost to the south in order to preemptively stop any kind of pressure. Oh, we have the Eagle Bird go up right on. Look at that. Eagle Bird going up right in the middle of the Chinese base. Very good use of that ability.
It's an ability you don't see used quite a lot, actually.
No, you don't, but that was some excellent usage of it.
With a lot of vision of where things are and of that outpost that has gone down. Spearmen sneaking around the outside, but stationing themselves by the other gold mine.
Wolftavien does see them and is dropping a tower towards these spearmen, thinking that there is going to be a Mongol tower rush. I don't know if the player knows that there is not a worker to back up this motion here.
Does not appear it, but those towers will provide quite a defensive. But those spearmen do end up seeing the tower, and no doubtably are going for the worker. Good stabs all around.
Good stabs, I completely agree. One other thing to note is I always have felt that the Chinese town center has just a massive range. I don't know what that is. All the Chinese villagers going to try to get this to be finished. One more shot on the spearman, completes it. Chinese getting inside the tower as fast as they can.
Spearman
almost killing the spearman. And now we're moving on. We have the first of the 2 landmarks. We can only assume the Imperial Academy.
And it appears that the Mongols are also going to go up at the same time here with the silver
With the
tree.
tree of memes. We have some silver tree memes coming in for this game. All right.
I do think that it's not a terrible decision here. Getting up that early trade route versus the Chinese, who might be more interested in keeping in their base, could prove to be extremely beneficial in terms of the economy.
But we can also agree that it is the meme choice. So when you bring this out, your opponent will never expect it. And that's exactly what you were talking about. I agree. He might be doing this thing to the Chinese player, big booming team, right? You build the silver tree, put it in that upper left corner of the map. Unless the Chinese push all the way to the back of that map, they're not going to know about it.
No, and as the Mongols, you can easily be the aggressor.
Chinese scout coming through right now, but barely misses the silver tree.
Only seeing that early barracks going around looking for more sheep.
The Chinese burn through food pretty fast. Scout coming back across. Does he pick up the fact that the silver tree has been going down? I'm not sure about that, but I will say that he is walling off the left side of his base. Towers on the right, walling off the left to create a very strong fortification. Barbican of the Sun in the back of the base. This Chinese base is extremely fortified at this point.
Very defensible. With the food now protected, it's not looking like any raids will be happening soon. There was double spearmen that just came out by the Mongols again. But it looks to be that this is turning into a bit of an eco-fest.
I agree, we're now in the Song Dynasty. That villager speed now down to 13 seconds per villager. Just a crazy bonus. Archery range dropping for the Chinese.
It is a crazy bonus, but with that silver tree, Mongols still have actually quite a bit of an advantage once that trade route gets up and running.
It could absolutely be the case. Silver tree, not silver tree, my apologies, archery range. Now producing Chokunos. There's been no aggression here so far, so it's interesting on why that is. But also, I just saw it on the right-hand notifications. We do have wheelbarrow out for the Chinese. Do we have a wheelbarrow for the Mongols yet? We do not, because it does not have an Orvu. Not an Orvu, a Gur. My apologies, a Gur.
Silver tree.
Silver tree's maneuvering, yeah.
Get that longer trade route.
It's perfect.
All the way out in the corner. More pastures coming in. And the Chinese player is building up a little bit of a force here. Not too many, not supervising it, so looks to be a bit more of a defensive force just in case anything comes by.
And the Mongols are throwing down some additional pastures. Getting ready for the long haul. I mean, as the Mongols, you absolutely need to get those pastures up before your sheep runs out. Luckily, he has collected a lot of sheep with that con.
Indeed, the silver tree has decided to go not all the way, but just in the passageway.
2 archery ranges now for the Chinese. That is the telltale sign of some Chokuno aggression.
Indeed, and we see already 3 Chokunos started making their way across the map, looking to no doubt cause some trouble for the Mongol player.
And the Mongol player will indeed be in trouble because as of this moment, he only has 2 spearmen to try to stop these Chokunos.
There is 2 more hiding off of the cliff face over there.
That may be the case, but they will be equally as effective. A blacksmith now coming down. Going to get that Chokuno bonus damage. A very critical upgrade because any armor absolutely shreds them. Chokunos find the first set of spearmen, putting rounds into them. One of the spearmen goes down, pushing straight onto the people building the pastures, able to take that worker out, taking a few town center shots. Maneuvering to the right side of the base, finding the next set of spearmen.
Oh,
and just moving towards them. Apparently, Wolftavien not paying attention. There's spearmen there trying to do some kiting, pulling that last guy back. Spearmen get distracted, going back onto the other Chokunos, and he's able to pull that last guy out with 6 HP remaining. Massive amount of villagers being pulled by the Mongols to try to build the outpost, but he backs off immediately upon taking fire from the Chokunos, cancels the outpost, saving the wood. Back at base, we have 11 Chokunos in play. The blacksmith is being supervised. You have iron undermesh for that range resistance coming in, and balanced projectiles that was upgraded. The Chinese have found the trade route.
They're going for them, but the only 2 active traders here are trying to return back with their gold right now. And they will make it back with their resources. There's no rally for the Silver Tree, but in this case, it is saving the traders from potentially running right headlong into those Chokonoas.
Stable coming out by the Mongols in a good attempt to try to stop these Chokono aggression. But in the blacksmith, we see that siege engineering is coming through for the Chinese.
Oh, that's going to be no doubt looking for a bit of a ram play. That outpost is being constructed, which will be spotted, but will be finished before any real damage can be made.
Chokonos are able to pick off two villagers, and now they are pulling back, trying to regroup. 2 rams come down. This is one aggressive play right here. Whenever you drop a town center's worth of resources into rams, that is an all-in.
That is no doubt that is quite a dangerous proposition, and without any form of cavalry, this could be quite a dangerous situation for the Mongols to be in. No, they have quite a bit of workers if they really need to pull something.
Zuknu and or Chokunu, depending on how you want to pronounce it. A little bit too zealous right there. One of them dies straight up to the tower.
And there's the stable coming in, trying to set up, no doubt going to use some of that stone to try to double produce.
2 rams pushing straight onto that tower. Chokonos straight behind, following up, making sure that no one can get to those rams.
And this is looking very bad for the Mongol player.
This guy. This is
18
not good.
Chokonos guarded up by guarding these battering rams. There is very little that can be stopping this current mass.
Chinese player, however, sitting on a lot of resources.
Both players are being very conservative. The town center is packed up.
The town center is running. The town center is making a break for it with all of the villagers trying to get away as best they can.
It is a dangerous proposition, but does in fact get away from the battering ram, which is in fact the most dangerous part.
It is the most dangerous part of the push. Now the Mongols escaping. They do have enough resources to make it to castle if they so wish. Khan trying to solo engage all of the 19 Chokonos. One of the Chokonos is very low, but the Khan is choosing to fire at someone who has a lot more HP. Chokonos being completely separate. Wolftavien is not guarding his rams right now, but he realizes the Khan is there and absolutely shreds him with the Chokonos. That one villager really wanting to make a big difference, getting a little bit of damage on that ram.
The Silver Tree and the town center are both running.
And we have the step rebound being built in the mountain pass.
And the Chinese player has in fact lost sight of where these buildings are going. Lost in the fog somewhere.
This is quite the play by the Mongols. The Chinese have transitioned to do 3 stables though, looking to probably clear these buildings out. Set of horsemen coming in right now, moving towards where I believe he thinks the Silver Tree is. You know, there's an angel on the top of that tree with the flute. That's really interesting. Anyways, the Chokunos seeing the town center, just town center in an absolute crazy race, trying to get away from these battering rams. The horsemen are killing the Silver Tree. The Silver Tree cannot unpack because the horsemen are standing inside the unpack radius.
But even with the horsemen throwing fire at it, it's still taking a decent amount of time.
It is unfortunately taking a very decent amount of time. The horsemen going for this other town center. The battering rams are in fact closing in on the mobile go-kart town center. But the battering rams aren't able to attack it.
It's not a building.
It is not I guess it's not a building.
Step rebound has been built, so even if both of these go down, the Mongol player is still in this match.
He is
just
still
without
in this
town
match.
center.
Quite a comeback he could mount from this position. He is down by 30 villagers, but he does still have 26 villagers in play. Silver Tree is allowed to go up, and a trader trying to get that last bit of gold in, and he does. He does get the 141 gold in for the Mongols, giving them an extra little boost if they want to proceed with this fight. And Orvu is coming back up, and another stable is going down for Snowghost.
This is quite interesting. These horsemen going around, they will most likely spot the stable on their path, but not the base that is hiding in the corner.
And it is GG called by Snowghost. Wolftavien picks up one of the matches 1-0 in the second set.